When you think of a sorority, you probably think of this. But at the moment, sorority meetings are typically sounding like this. The COVID-19 pandemic continues to force organizations into a socially distanced model. So 20% of Cal Poly students who are in Greek life have been forced to reconsider whether paying for their membership over Zoom is worth the cost.
It just felt so dumb, for lack of a better word.
That's Victoria During, a fourth-year history and art history double major. After staying in her sorority during the first fully virtual quarter in spring 2020, During is no longer a part of Greek life.
With the events of the summer and the political climate, I was uncomfortable with the fact that I was part of an organization that initially barred women of color from entering and is really obsessed with the gender binary.
During is referring to the Black Lives Matter movement and the Shades of Cal Poly Instagram page, which highlights diversity and discrimination issues facing Cal Poly and Greek life on campus. Black Lives Matter! But there's another reason why During is no longer in a sorority, the fees that they are charging members.
I know the sorority has just so much money that is set aside, and they talk to us about it in budgetary meetings, and they're like, oh, we have 30 grand just in case, and it's this should be the just in case. I think the pandemic is a pretty good freaking reason to dip into your old reserve.
While During says that some parts of sorority life are valuable, the downsides outweigh the benefits.
I hate Zoom. I have ADD, so it's really hard for me to be on my computer all day long to begin with.
However, many students are still turning to Greek life to maintain a sense of normality during COVID-19.
I actually think that I have gained more from being in my sorority the past year than I had the previous 2 years.
That's Angelique Roloffs, president of a Cal Poly sorority.
I feel like there's a certain level of connection that we have right now where people are relying more on social media and texting each other to feel more connected. So it's been a great space of inclusivity.
Roloff says that her sorority is organizing socially distant and Zoom events to maintain a sense of community during COVID-19.
I truly would die for anybody in my chapter. I think that they're so ambitious and so strong. And I think that we are in a really good place when we come back onto campus. It's really a chance for us to re-examine what we want to be known for.
Unlike During, Roloffs finds the events over summer to be valuable for her sorority members.
It's really difficult to see your chapter name up there. So there's things that we can work on as a chapter. So after all those Shades of Cal Poly posts, we made a huge presentation to our chapter, and we're here's what women in our chapter have said about us. So we had a really open dialogue and discussion about how can we make sure that doesn't happen again, etc. And I've only seen our women grow from that experience.
Despite concerns from students like During, Roloff says that the retention rate for new members this fall was higher than she was expecting.